I'm Tobias, and this is Knife Chats. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell. What you see before you are some Rough Rider toothpicks, specifically the RR526 large toothpick in saw cut bone. And you got first generation and second generation. This is the first generation with the darker saw cut bone material and a round shield. They still have the, I think they called them shell bolsters. I like these bolsters. A lot of people cannot stand them, but I kind of like them. I kind of dig those. And you don't see them that often in the Rough Rider lineup, which was one of the reasons I liked them, is because they're uncommon in the Rough Rider lineup. And this one has the older horseshoe with the rider in the middle for the Rough Rider tang stamp. And had a couple of these. I've given them away. I think this is the last one I have, which is a shame. I really need to get some more of them. And then this is the second generation. And if you notice, really looks like a different knife because of the coloration of the saw cut bone and the use of the bow tie shield instead of the original round shield. It also has a different tang stamp. This has the anvil tang stamp going on with it. So in many ways, even though they're both the RR526, they looked much different than each other. The bone looks different and everything else, and even a little bit of the saw cut looks a little bit different on it. So that's the one nice thing about natural materials, the way that they will change from production lines. So I was happy to get both of those. And if you notice, I got a third one up here also. And this is the knife that I have been carrying for well over a year. This is one of the second generation ones. And as you can see, it's still in really good shape. And I've done everything with this. You notice the blade, it is still tight as can be. Line up, not too bad. It's a little to the show side, but not too bad, and it has not changed at all. And I can still get it razor sharp. I wouldn't say it's razor sharp now, but you can definitely see that it has been sharpened a few times, especially on this time. And it's been used. I've cut open a lot of cardboard boxes with it. I've cut up carpeting with it. I've cut up plastic jugs with it, all sorts of things with this thing. Use it for cutting meat, both cooked and uncooked meat. Use it for even spreading peanut butter and jelly. So I mean, the knife gets used quite often. There isn't a day that goes by that this knife isn't used for something. Most often it's used for cutting up cardboard, and cardboard can be rough on a knife. And but this knife is handled everything really quite well. And when you consider we're talking about a $12 knife, it does show you that you know, you can get a decent knife for $12 for most people for everyday carry. And that's the case with this Rough Rider knife. And that's why as much as I complain about Rough Riders, some of the directions that they've been going on, I still swear by the knives, because they're good quality, well-made knives. And the fact that I've been using it for as long as I've been using it and still want to throw it in my pocket says something about it. So what's the purpose of this video other than heaping praise on my everyday carry knife? Well, I'm thinking about mixing things up a little bit this year. I want to carry this knife one week and then carry another knife another week. And I know what you're thinking. The High Plains toothpick came out, and so you want to start carrying that. No, I'm not going to be carrying the latest Rough Rider toothpick, even though I've got this one that I could be using, and I also have a spare still in the box. No, the knife I'm going to be mixing it up with is a knife by Marbles. And so what I'm going to go for is the MR362 genuine ram horn large toothpick. And well, here's one still in the box. But the one I'll be using, the one I broke out January 1st, is right here in my hand. And I'm going to see how this handles. I want to see how this knife ages over the year. You know, you're swapping it out every other week. This week I'm carrying this. Next week I'll carry that. Then the following week I'm going to carry this. And I just want to see what it does. What the oil from my hand does to the bone. I'm sorry, the ram horn. Is it going to get shinier? Is it going to get duller? Is the ram horn going to split if I'm using it a lot? Is it going to go bad or anything? How is the build going to hold up? Right now the blade is nice and tight. Is it going to still be tight a year from now? And most importantly, one of the things I really want to find out about is how long it's going to take to screw up the reverse frosted blade etch on these knives. You see it a lot. And then they say on the websites that these knives are meant for everyday carry. Well, if they're meant for everyday carry, is the blade etch actually going to hold up, or is it going to look like crap within the first week or so? I don't know. We'll find out though. And that's one of the reasons I want to carry it. And I want to see, as this blade etch gets screwed up, how bad does it really look? Will the knife look better? Will it look worse? You know, I just want to find out. I have a feeling the blade etch is not going to look great, but I got a feeling the ram horn is going to look better the longer I carry it. I really like a lot of the features on this knife too. I like the little pinch in the bolster up there. I like the bomb shield that Marbles is using. The only thing I really didn't like about this knife is the blade edge. I want to see how it holds up. You know, it's already got a couple spots there. I don't know if that's happened before or after I started carrying it, but we'll see if it gets worse, if it gets better, or whatever. As it is, you can see the blade favors the show side. It goes a little bit towards there. It's not perfectly centered, but once it's open, it's nice and tight. It's got a pretty good snap going on with it. No half stop, which is fine. I don't really care for the half stop anyway. But it's solid. It's well made. Nice and flush there. I don't see any real separations going on or anything. And well, let's see what it looks like after it's been carried for a while. Like I said, this is going to be a year-long experiment. See if this knife holds up as well as my Rough Rider did. My Rough Rider, man, I tell you, with the exception of a few scratches on the blade, which could probably be polished out, this thing is almost like it was when I first started using it. So really solid, well-made knife, and that's why I often will say, man, Rough Riders are definitely worth the price you're paying for them. I mean, we're talking about a $12 knife. This is also a $12 knife. Am I going to get my $12 worth out of this? I have a feeling yes. Is that blade edge going to hold up? I have a feeling no. But we'll see. Maybe the blade edge will surprise me. Maybe it'll surprise a lot of people. In any case, we'll check back in a month or two and throughout the year on how well the Marbles ram horn holds up to day-to-day use. In the meantime, what I'll do is take a couple photos for prosperity's sake, and then we'll also take some photos at the beginning of 2022 and see just how well the knife held up. I wish I'd have done the same thing with the Rough Rider, but man, well, here we go. How much different are those blades? Seriously. How much different is that handle? Seriously. I think they held up pretty well. And yes, this was definitely sharpened. Am I getting the right one? Yep. Don't want to mix up my my Shelf Queen with my everyday user. Any case, let you go, and I'll keep you posted on how well the Marbles Ram Horn Large Toothpick does in everyday carry use. Let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with the Pious. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. So please remember to give me that thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.